At the end of yesterday's episode, I was wondering, would it be possible to pry these life rafts off the side of the superstructure here without actually damaging them? Or without actually damaging, well, yeah, them or the side of the superstructure. Now, I think that these ones here and the other one on the other side, yes, I can probably do that. However, these ones here that we made up the other day, I don't think I can get them out of that little tray. Because if I remember right, I put in quite a bit of the solvent, and I'm pretty sure that the plastic has, welded together really well. Probably end up damaging something. So I think for that one, what I'm going to have to do is, I don't know, I've been thinking possibly of spraying everything yellow and then repainting the tray gray. Or maybe I could try and mask off the tray somehow. That might work. Yeah, give that a try. I hope I'm not going to regret this. Oh my, that one's really on there. Here it comes. And on the starboard side here, there was just the one. This one's really on there tight too. Don't want to break the little box off that's behind here. There she comes. Unfortunately, I'm just noticing now that this little part here that, looks like it's some sort of a little rail or something that was sticking out. Yeah. Okay. The only time I noticed that, though, was when I looked at the screen and saw it enlarged about 100 times. Looking at it at a normal distance, you don't see that. As the old saying goes, hindsight is a whole lot better than foresight. And looking back now, I realize I should have used a blade that was, full width blade instead of just a little portion of it. And I had one sitting right there. I could have easily used it too, already mounted on a handle. Well, as I said, nobody's going to notice that. Problem is, I'm going to know it's there. I'm looking at this now at a distance of about 12 inches away, and I'm not seeing the spattle damage here. But I am noticing right here where I got the Tamiya extra thin against the paint, and I'm thinking maybe now's a good time to just sort of touch that up a little bit. I'll just use a brush, and I think it'll show, but it'll be better than it is right now. These do not get installed until way up in step 46. I was hoping that because we had 4 L sprues we had extra, but we don't. Might have 1 life raft extra, but that's not enough. These are the 3 here that we peeled off of the side of the superstructure. And I'm just sort of wondering, are they going to maybe, not cover as well as these ones that have the bare plastic? I don't know. Might have to put 2 coats on this. We'll see. Oh, and as for these other ones here, I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the yellow first, and then take a little brush and go around the little box with the gray, dark gray afterwards. I don't think I can mask that off. I have gone ahead now and I've nipped off all the life rafts. I need 2 like this in step 49. Got a few extra like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint everything and start using them up. I'll use the best first and wait till I get till the end. It's too bad we didn't have extras of these because there was an extra tray. Everything has to be divisible by 4, like the number of these has to be divisible by 4, and if it's not, well, then you get an extra piece. In this case we needed 3 like this, so that's why we have an extra tray, because there are 4 of the L sprue. Anyway, yeah. Oh, and I painted this. I think it's going to be okay. I was about 14 years old when I first started taking color pictures. And I used my dad's camera. He had a Japanese camera. It was not a high-priced one. It was just an ordinary one. It was when the Japanese cameras were becoming reliable and took really good pictures and were affordable. You didn't have to buy an expensive Leica or something like that in order to get good pictures anymore, or good slides. And I was concerned about when Kodak went from Kodachrome to Kodachrome 2, and they jumped in film speed by over double. In other words, they went from 12 ASA to 25 ASA, and I remember thinking, my goodness, this is great, it's faster and so on, but yeah, are we going to lose that beautiful color that, Kodachrome was renowned for? Well, of course, we all know it kept its good color, and as time progressed, the film got faster and faster and didn't lose its good quality. I guess the point I'm trying to make here is that color film has been around for a long time. In fact, when the Bismarck was being built, I think even before it was commissioned, blockbuster movies like Gone with the Wind and The Wizard of Oz and probably some others were out and they were using color film, and it was really successful. Color film's been around for quite a while. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's really too bad that we can't find a good color photo that was taken somewhere on the deck of the Bismarck that showed the accurate color of what the life rafts actually were. It's probably out there, maybe, or maybe it's sort of just lost forever, who knows. I was online this morning trying to find something, and I just couldn't find anything. I can find, people's ideas of what they thought it was, but I can't find any actual color pictures that were taken, along the deck of the Bismarck. Now you can find color pictures, but they're colorized black and white pictures, and then of course you just have somebody else's idea of what it really was. In other words, who knows? Well, probably somebody knows, but is it really that important? I don't think so. At the moment, I'm thinking of maybe taking something like deck tan and a little bit of yellow and a little bit of white and mix it up in this little empty jar and see if I can't come up with something that I like, that I think might be acceptable. I'm hearing all sorts of things, all the way from it would have been a bright yellow, all the way to it was just gray, like the side of the ship. And that's what I was sort of talking about the other day. Anyway, let's do something here. Enough talk. Now, I'm going to try a little bit of an experiment here. And that is, I've always been just throwing these things out. Well, I've been wondering if I was to, put them in some nice hot soapy water and, rinse them out, could I reuse them? I don't know. I've never tried it before. I'm going to try that now. I may as well tell you right now, this scale does not work out as planned. It kept timing out on me and shutting off. Okay, we're at 0. And now we're going to push our tare button. Now this is at 0. Alright, I've been thinking, being as I got lots of this, and not too much deck tan, I may as well get this used up. I've already shaken it up. Okay, so let's give it 1 milliliter is 1 gram. And these things here, when they're full, these little ones, they hold 10 grams or 10 milliliters. I gotta correct myself again. Tamiya only puts 10 milliliters in them when they're new. They actually probably hold twice that much. So we don't need that much here. Let's just maybe a little more. Okay, let's try not to drip it on my scale now. Hey, it went out on me. Well, that was a poor experiment. Now what do I do? I wonder if I push power again, what's going to happen here? Well, folks, I've said this before. It's as though you're standing looking over my shoulder and watching me. You're seeing it like it is. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And the stupidity. We'll put this much in again and we'll know we got double. That's about half a milliliter. Let's put in some more. Although I don't want too much of that in there. Maybe that's enough. Well, let's bring it up to 1 milliliter. Mind you, there was already some in there, right? Okay, now here's the experiment. Will this rinse out or no? I think it will. Anyway, we'll just let that soak. Alrighty, so it does that on me. I wonder if there's a way I can shut that off so that the auto shut off doesn't work. Anyway, now we're going to take some yellow. And we'll put one milliliter. Okay, we put in a milliliter of yellow. Ooh, I'm splattering. Now, because we don't want this, I want this very pale, I'm going to put in 2 milliliters of white. Okay. Now let's shake this up and see what it looks like. Now you already know what my paint shaker looks like, so we'll just bypass that scene. Let me zoom in a little bit. That looks like it. That's the exact color. That is the exact yellow that was on the Bismarck's life rafts. And that's that. very gently here. The idea is not to try and force this thing out this little tiny hole here. As far as I can tell, the idea is just to clean the inside of the brass part of the nozzle. I also use this thing to clean up inside here in the paint channel. It doesn't go very far, it only goes about that far. But it goes in, way past where the paint comes down. The entire paint channel is perfectly clean, I know that. These are the 4 pipettes that we used and then cleaned in the soapy water. And this is the one that was used for the yellow paint. You can see the yellow did stain it just a little, but it is cleaned out. So offhand I would say yes, these could be used again. I'll just let them dry out. I don't know if they will or not. The hole in the end there is not very big, and it's going to take a long time to circulate. But anyway, these things are cheap anyway. I don't know why. I probably wasted more soap and water than what it would have cost to replace them. I think they're only about 10-15 cents each or something. However, this thing here, I was wondering what is inside there. It almost feels like wire, but maybe not. Maybe it's a type of plastic. But let's stick on the macro lens and see what's inside right there. If it's wire, a person really have to be careful. Well, I don't think it'd be wire. You could jab yourself in your mouth. That's supposed to go between your teeth. I was just thinking this video might be pretty long already with all that airbrush spraying we did. Anyway, you can kind of see here when these things are kind of soft. But let's see what's on the inside here. Don't know if I can cut this off at an angle so that if it's wire we'll see it. I don't think it would be. No, that's not wire. That's just real hard plastic. Yeah, that's just a real hard plastic. I guess we're gonna have to wait until the next episode now to find out how our life rafts looked, and let the paint dry really good. Find out if we're gonna have to maybe put on a second coat. I don't think so, but you never know. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.